Yeah.
You have great hearing. Hearing like a cat.
You can't. I'm more concerned that you can't hear them.
Might be a problem.
Yeah.
Serious.
Well, you guys were both talking, and I was not
For sure.
talking, so that made it easier. But I am worried.
I do hear it.
You,
Good.
Now I can't stop hearing it.
I know.
yeah. What was that noise that was on your phone?
Yeah.
What was that for?
Oh, that's when I get a text. It's
That's what happens when you get a text.
Yeah, shoot me a text.
All right.
It's the guy from COVID. It was Tony Baker with his cat videos.
Oh,
Ever seen Tony
right.
that
Yeah,
talks over
yeah.
cats? He has a dog.
Yes.
Every time the dog it's the dog.
I do love how
hell
you.
no.
Well,
Hell no.
you're someone who still takes time to make every corner of life more fun for yourself.
Yes.
That, my friend, is how you keep from killing yourself.
I guess everyone needs different things.
Pause
Yeah.
this. Pause this.
Yeah.
Pause this because this is something.
Oh, I thought we were going.
Oh,
No, we're
yeah.
not
I just assumed we were going.
Yeah, I
we're not
assumed
going.
the second we pick these
going?
babies up,
Oh,
Yeah.
we're off to the races.
I always assume if we got the mics in our hands and Alex, we're going.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we just picked the mics up. Alex never said anything.
Yeah, but that's the way
That's
Alex
what it
rolls.
is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be a problem when you realize that this guy started talking in the car and thinks it's part of the podcast.
What do you mean?
You will push anything someone does to the absolute limit of like, hey, Alex got a style. Well, we don't know we're recording and it's going, and you're gonna be like, cool. Well, I guess we're going all of the time, and then we'll be like, hey, it's not on. We're not on.
I think
that's more of a you problem than an Anthony
Don't
problem.
you take his side. You yes and me. You yes and me.
Sorry. I just
Did you come closer to you today? I chose
You're
your
still not
side.
looking at me. In fact, you're going to look at me less because we're closer.
Last
Well, 'cause we're gonna
episode,
stare at
I think
him.
Greg told a full story. He's told me already back to me to Allison for the first time.
Which story?
Some story, some
Some
whatever
story.
you were saying.
Who
I'm gonna look at you the
knows?
whole time.
Could be a story or a take.
Like this. What?
It is so surprising. If I don't already know a story or a take you have, there's almost no way. I think I've heard everything that's in your head.
You've heard
I
every
think that-
single
yes.
thing I have to say except what's about to come. Oh, we're having some mic issues. See?
I think it's me.
I'm also holding down low. All right,
Oh,
I'm going to hold up
some of these
higher.
wires are no good too. That could be a problem. How do we know? Should we do a mic check?
Is this better? Is this better? How's this sounding? Does this sound
You
good?
get
I'm
that?
not touching the bottom on this. Okay.
Every single time.
Every time.
You get a text. I can't believe that you don't. My phone is always on buzz.
Yeah.
Well, I turn it off because I was waiting for a phone call from you, actually.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
no fun-
normally, when you're not recording a podcast, it's not an audible sound.
No, I would like to say I do as funny, but reality is
Yeah.
I can't live around.
Right.
No,
No.
I have it on vibrate.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
back to my philosophy. Are we recording? Are we good? About this is how I keep it's called my Hawaiian shirt philosophy, which I probably already told you, so I'll tell Allison. I was like, I'm gonna start wearing Hawaiian shirts
Yeah.
because I was so depressed
I love a Hawaiian shirt.
that if I just look at myself for a second and I go,
That's fun.
Hawaii, but that could be the one hair that keeps me from killing myself.
Anything could be.
Yeah, but you know
That,
what?
it could be a shirt. It could be a sound.
That's what you got to do. all
Whatever
the things.
keeps you on this plane.
But you know how they're like
Great.
with cars, they're like, oh, if we just tweak this, we can
Right.
cut a millionth of a second off of the aerodynamics.
Right.
That's what I'm doing with suicide.
Right.
All
Yeah.
of the things that will just give me one more point
Oh, good.
to keep me from just, I don't know if it's really suicide so much as it's just like,
Depression.
just, yeah.
Yeah, it's depression.
Just face down on the floor and my children are going, Daddy, I'm hungry. And I go, you'll figure it out.
This is how. But this is how.
Eat my arm.
This.
Eat your father.
This
Eat my
is,
arm.
But this is how. Yeah, you might.
I don't want to be alive anymore. Eat your father.
Kids like I don't want.
I don't want that. I want nuggets.
Yeah, but this is how big your depression. Because most
Yeah.
people like they would be like diet, exercise, but for you it's like if every corner of my life isn't fun or enjoyable,
Yeah.
I'll be right there.
Yeah, I'm
Yep.
on the ground.
Yeah.
Hawaiian shirts, fun text message.
Yeah, what
alerts.
else you got? What else is keeping Greg afloat?
What are all these tiny things that are keeping you here?
I got a little scents I put in my shoes, so I smell them. I go, oh, it smells like a new day. You know, I like those.
What are the
What's
scents?
the flavor? Yeah.
You crush up flowers and you put them in your insoles?
Yes. That's what I do. I crush up flowers and put in my insoles.
You're ripping pages out of magazines, the perfume ads,
Perfume
and
samples.
Yeah.
you're rubbing it all over your shins. And every now and again when I get sad, I'll just smell my knees.
Burberry weekend.
I brought one action figure to Tita's parents' house that it's on our
so-
bed. So that
Do
when
they know it's there?
they see it and they don't understand, they go,
They're like, whatever.
what is happening here? I don't know. He seems to take care of he gave me 2 grandchildren. He's
There you
fine.
go.
But Tita's like, oh, you have to bring that guy home. And I go, no, I put him here. For when I have a hard day
Wow.
here, I look at him, I go, there's my Techno Viper, looking good.
Okay.
Hold him in my hand.
Great.
Yeah.
Is
Wow.
it like over the bed or in
Right
a
over the
corner?
bed. Well, that's the only place for him to go.
Okay.
But I see him, I go, there you buddy, all right, buddy. How you doing, buddy? He
kinda-
watches me.
Yeah.
Like my mom, she does.
Hey,
She walks.
Wait, look.
What's up?
I said he watches me.
He watches you. Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Sure.
had to not be. That had to go there. So I know what I'm going to look at you for and what I'm going to look at Anthony for.
Okay.
That one.
You've got,
that's not an
there's-
Allison
it's
one.
okay, sure.
Yeah.
Right. That was barely a me one.
It's mostly a Greg one.
I thought you were pounding me.
I was.
Well, kind of.
So go on.
Like my mom. So she can't walk. She can walk, but her balance is a little tricky. She's fallen a couple times.
Right.
So she sort of her apartment is set up in such a way that she can always be
Fun.
grabbing a wall or something
Yeah,
to
yeah,
hold
yeah.
her up. That's how you've sort of orchestrated
Every
your life.
corner of your
Right.
life.
Every corner of Earth.
There's a handrail on
Yes.
everything.
Also that's how we set up Luke for my 1-year-old who's just starting to walk.
Yes.
Yeah,
Everything-
it's kind of the same.
So he can cruise around
Yes.
the neighborhood. Also, you got to pick stuff off the floor so your mom doesn't eat it. Make sure that she doesn't do that.
Yeah.
Well, don't. If it's salad, she's not going to touch it. Say that.
That's where you should hide the gun, under a salad, so she doesn't find it. Oh, yeah. Very well.
What gun?
I know. That's why I went, what are you talking about, gun?
At least we all didn't know what you were talking about.
I was thinking about hiding a gun from Luke, but I don't have a gun. But I'd have to
wouldn't
hide it
get
from
one.
him. I was thinking about getting one.
Why?
You
can't have a gun.
You can't have a gun.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm the best
Water
guy to have a
gun.
gun.
Water
But-
gun.
Yeah, I get a water gun.
There you go.
But that's not gonna keep people from cutting me off in traffic.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah, I guess
exact
that's
reason you shouldn't have a gun.
Yeah, right. You
Yeah.
like the fact that you have a time and a place you'd like to use it.
Yeah.
Is why you can't have one. If you're like the general concept of protection, still no, but I understand it. Like if you're like, yeah, there's just all these people I want to shoot and I just don't have the gun on hand. Like that's not it.
I
Fun.
do also love too that you would go to get a gun.
Yeah.
And I don't know the first thing about buying a gun, but I imagine they go, "What is your purpose?" And you go, "Oh, to intimidate
Road rage.
drivers."
Yeah, road rage.
Road
Yeah.
rage.
I'd like
Where's your box for road rage?
lack of respect on the highway. That's why.
I didn't get.
Exit 23
Yeah.
specifically. Blue
I've
minivan.
got one Toyota Camry particular in mind that I'm starting to learn their routes.
You go to this guy's address. You talk to him. You see if you don't want to. You won't come here to get a gun. You'll see. You'll meet him.
In fact, I'll hold this gun
Yeah.
for you. You let me know when you want it back to shoot this guy.
Did I ever tell you that time I followed someone home and then took their address down? Some guy cut me off in traffic.
Greg.
And I just followed. I was like, well, they're kind of going the same way, but he took a few other turns. So I was like, and I
Back-
saw where he lived, and I went, that's where that guy lives.
Back up so far.
100 feet.
Hang on. Yeah. Where?
I'm driving to Jersey.
Is
Okay.
anyone with you?
No. Yeah. Are you kidding me? No. No other human I know would allow me to do this move.
Well, that's what that was what I was worried about.
When is this?
Sorry. I think Tita was with me. I don't know if this is true. So I'm going to tell.
Was she just on her phone and didn't realize maybe?
Well, Tita was so paralyzed by fear that Greg forgot she was there.
Right.
Because she was akin to the seat because she was moving as much.
Guy cut me off in traffic, was rude, did some wild shit.
When was this?
A few years ago.
Okay.
Okay.
Pre-kid.
Pre-kid.
Okay.
Maybe
pre-kid.
not. I hope pre-kid. I hope
Story
pre-kid.
Say
unfolds.
pre-kid.
Calvin and Luke are both in the back seat.
Yeah.
It was on Christmas now that I remember.
Yeah, we had 6 elderly people crammed in the trunk. We were taking them to get dinner.
Guy cut me off in traffic.
Okay.
Whole thing. Furious. Finger. Give me the finger. Whole thing.
What road were like
We were
turnpike
coming
or-
home.
Paint a picture for us, Greg.
Yeah. I'll paint the details that I think need to be painted.
Okay.
These are the things I'm going to fast forward through because I don't want people to know the highway. I don't want this guy to know. Maybe this guy's a fan.
I hope he listens.
Yeah. No, so we were driving to Wayne, right?
Yeah.
So the guy cut me off, but then he went into the same neighborhood I'm going in, right? And then instead of going straight, to Tita's house. I went, I'll make it right. And
Sure.
Tita goes, why'd you make this right? And I remember seeing him pull in the driveway. I went, now I know where that guy lives. And she went, why would you need to know where that guy lives?
I like that when you first tried to tell the story, you were alone. And in fact, there was a conversation.
Well, there's always a conversation happening. I just don't know if it's another person or it's
Or
my
just
own
in
self.
your head, or maybe we were on the phone. I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah.
You call me
Right.
when you're driving.
But I took a mental note. I was like, that's where that guy lives. And I went, that's it. And then
Do
I
you
was
remember
like,
it still?
I do. I could tell you exactly where the guy's house is. He's like 3 blocks from where my wife lives.
No, this is dark, but based on the car, the guy, the house,
Yeah.
did you start to then go, here's why I can or can't follow through on this?
No, Tita said, why would you need to know that?
Sure.
And as soon as she said that, I went, oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's like a joke out loud. And you go,
Right.
oh, that's not funny. But in
Yeah.
your head, it was funny. And he's on
Right.
stage, everyone goes, no, man.
Yeah,
The world
that's
isn't ready for
criminal
this kind
behavior.
of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
The world isn't ready.
Yeah, because you don't think of yourself as one until you are one.
Yes.
Yes.
You know, because up
You're
until
like,
that
you're
moment,
just doing stuff.
right? You're like, look at me trying this suit on. What a bit I'm doing. And then all of a sudden, you're in his kitchen.
Yeah.
And you're like, I think the joke is over.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm
yes.
buying twine.
And you just have to walk
Buying
out.
twine.
You just walk out of the guy's house and go, what the hell are you doing in my house? I go, don't worry. I'm not going to kill you.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
thought about it.
That
Yeah,
guy's
yeah.
sleeping tonight.
Yeah.
But boy, did we get far, huh?
God.
We
Really
got
close.
We really yes-anded ourselves all the way up to the line. Huh?
Wow.
I also wouldn't eat anything in your fridge.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just forgot what it was, but one of them in there is bad.
There's one egg.
There's one egg.
And I'm not going
man.
to tell you which one.
Oh, yeah. I like a good road rage.
That's
Yeah.
yeah. Have you ever gotten very close to,
I
or does it
am-
all kind of happen up here and it doesn't manifest outside?
specifically with road rage, or just like
Just in general.
because I'm a pretty chill driver.
Yeah, bigger chill person.
I'm a very chill person.
Yeah.
Well,
It's true.
You know, in certain ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Libby is super chill, but then the ones
Until she's
that get
not.
her, exactly. Yes.
And then I am on one.
Yes.
I'd like to say some old feminist bullshit.
Why do you
catch her on
turn
some of-
into the black guys you grew up with? You're saying stuff like that.
I'm glad you said that one to Anthony.
Yeah. You know
Right
what?
direction.
Some old feminist. Excuse me. Some old feminist bullshit. Yeah. I'll be right back.
Make a laugh. I feel like I get walking rage way more than I've ever gotten any rage when I'm driving.
Yeah?
Like if I'm walking and people are slow or in the way, like I have gotten to the point where I am out loud saying stuff to people, but like passive aggressively, like out, not like, hey, you're in my way, but being like, terrible place to stand. And like, oh yeah, that's a great idea.
You're the narrator.
Like, yeah, of course. Yeah, 4 across. Why not? Like, you know, and just loudly saying it as I speed by them, drenched in sweat, carrying like 6 tote bags that are like, tell me about my cat. Like whatever. Just like a maniac running down the sidewalk. That's what I'm like, oh, you are like close to turning around and saying something like I'm like that. I
Yes.
see the escalation in me over the years.
Right.
Slowly just becoming kind of like a maniac bag lady running through New York,
Yes.
That's what I was gonna
policing
say.
the traffic.
Yeah, I
of the streetwalkers. You put me behind the wheel of a car? Go ahead.
Right.
Go ahead.
Can you
You
call me?
take it. Make a left from the right lane. See if I care. Like
Can I throw this on there? I'm so
Absolutely.
sorry. I was a little high. but,
Please.
man, you just gave this idea because you're narrating your life.
Yeah.
But man, like if Morgan Freeman does that, that's going to be so much, you know, like Morgan Freeman just walking by being like, and that is the worst place a person could stand. You know, like him narrating.
what a
like,
bizarre Morgan Freeman
That's
impression.
good. You know,
I
this guy
see.
doesn't know to stay to the left. It's like Morgan Freeman.
He should do that.
Yeah.
That
Yes.
is a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would be so you'd be so thrown.
Yeah.
You'd be so
Yeah.
you would almost be like, he's talking about me.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
like
You're the star now.
I'm one of the penguins.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I would be like,
Speaking of, those animals they kept in line. They had traffic patterns.
Penguins are awesome.
I've never seen it.
get
I've
it,
only
though.
seen parts of it.
I
But I
Parts
just,
of the penguins.
You get it.
but I just see
You don't need
they're
to see
walking
it.
around. That's it.
You get it.
They're walking around.
Penguins, sometimes they
For
get eaten by a
sure.
polar bear, but they hang together. They're fucking cute.
They walk
You
in.
get
They
it.
walk
Alright, I
like
get it.
they kind of have like a real traffic situation going, and they all know where they're like.
Yeah.
They're never walking 4 across when it should be 1.
Oh, you're saying penguins in general maintain a great walking order.
Yes. Whereas people in
Right.
New York City, not so much. We could
Yeah.
learn a lot from the
Do
penguins.
penguins, when they when they see other penguins try to walk by, do they high five like
I
at
don't
the
know
end
if
of a
I've ever
baseball
seen
game?
two going in an opposite, kind of
You know?
crossing each other. I
Like
feel like
good
they're
game?
always all going one place, like lemmings.
Right.
Don't even get me started on lemmings.
Yeah, like
Oh,
penguins. Some penguins, when they walk by each other, like one penguin is like ogling too long,
Yeah.
and the other penguin gets visibly
That's my wife.
frustrated by. That's
My wife.
they say, that's my wife.
My wife, asshole.
Hey, pal.
Hey, come on.
Hey.
What kind of, I don't know what iceberg you grew up on.
Do penguins have knees for 5 points? It's a great question.
This is a great one in general.
Should we buzz in?
What a great.
Who's to know? Who knows the answer to this?
Oh, do you?
Well, no. Hey, Siri, does penguins have knees?
I don't think they do because
I
they
don't
got the
think
little
so.
sticks.
Well,
They got
I
little
think-
sticks.
They got
I think
little stick
everything's
legs,
got
right?
Knees.
Snakes.
Well, they don't even have legs.
Then they have. This is what. Then you go animals like that, and then you have like real science people that go like, well, they
Technically,
don't
they're
have
ver-
knees, but this is their
technically,
equivalent
yeah,
of knees.
Their ribs are knees,
Yeah,
and you're
yeah,
like, sure,
yeah, you're
I
like,
guess they get
whatever,
around.
man, you're
I
saying
think
ribs.
I'm gonna say I think they have knees.
Penguins.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this. Let's message us. I don't know the answer, and I don't want to Google it.
We're gonna find this out in months.
Yeah, like a.
Yeah.
You have the
Alex.
answer? Do they?
That's the end of the game. I just tell you.
Oh yeah, that's
Oh,
it.
oh wait, we
I
buzzed
don't
in.
know how much longer how much more juice this game has.
What do you say?
I said yes.
What do you say?
No.
that-
Emphatically.
I
Wow.
say one knee because I don't want to choose sides.
Fair.
Yeah, good.
I think most animals with legs have knees because otherwise I don't
Yeah,
know.
of course. Now I'm hearing it.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
if
just-
you have a leg, you got a knee.
Of course.
Right.
You have
How
a
are
knee,
they
you got an
getting
ankle,
around?
you got a foot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but maybe it's a big
And a
old
hip.
ankle. You know? How do you know it's a knee? It's just a,
Yeah, but they got to be
big-ass
able to
ankle.
gotta
propel
be-
themselves forward.
Yeah, because
so
otherwise
you
you
need
can't
a
imagine
knee
walking
for the movement.
if you walked without a knee.
You know anybody who just has ankles and they're walking around?
Anybody?
even if you have
Don't get hung up on that. Don't you dare.
even prosthetics have knees.
Humans.
Because you're not walking. It's not.
Humans
it's not
have
this.
and need. That's exactly how penguins walk.
I know it is not.
You seen a penguin walk? They walk like just
We
like that.
know definitively they have knees.
They do, but I think that they shouldn't. They didn't need them. This is how you know God
Go
isn't
Tanya
real.
Harding one of them.
Yeah.
You think if they ditch the knees for how they're operating,
Maybe we would
they'd
have,
be in government.
I would say that
They
maybe
could have
there
climbed
would
a
be-
little higher.
Yeah.
If God didn't spend time, if God took the time he spent giving them knees and just instead decided to cure cancer, your grandmother would be alive.
What?
Your grandmother would be
She
alive.
didn't die of cancer. She did not die of cancer. Let the record show.
All right, strike it from the record. Welcome
All right,
to
well, this was-
Talktown.
Yeah, we haven't. I have a Talktown kind of city charter item
Can
to
I
discuss.
ask? Can I ask one more thing about the walking
Yeah.
rage?
Yeah. Oh,
Why do
please.
you think, Live, that it's that's like it's where your rage is?
This goes back to something that we share.
Okay.
This is only child shit.
Oh, okay, really?
I am going.
I'll leave.
I'm on. I prefer it. I'm gonna look at you for this one.
Okay.
I want to be on my schedule.
Right,
And
right,
the
right.
second somebody, so like I'm a fast walker. That
You
has nothing-
are.
I'm like, let's go. I'm on my way. I want to
Him
get
too.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get somewhere fast.
And I'm not trying to live in this part.
No,
I'm trying to get there.
I'm all about the destination. I am not about the journey.
Y'all
Yeah.
need to figure out stoicism. Jerry Seinfeld hashtag. That motherfucker tell you.
No.
That's it.
Well, I will say, yeah, after
Go ahead.
acupuncture, when I'm in the right place,
Well-
then I'm looking at the
Yeah,
trees.
that's what I'm
I'm
saying.
that
Take a
version
live
of
in the
me.
moment.
10% of my walking.
Yeah.
Live
Like
in the moment.
10%. I like to kind of go for a stroll, but I also like there's a speed at which your body moves optimally, and mine is fast. Like that
Right,
doesn't
right,
make
right.
it better. That
You're
doesn't mean I'm like
right.
Like there's
Even
just,
if you're enjoying, your standard
I'm still-
speed is fast.
a little faster than
Right.
some other people's, and it's slower than some other people's,
Right.
but it's faster than somebody who doesn't know where they're going. And so
Right.
I'm like, you are now changing the schedule of my day by seconds because I have to walk around you or pause for you to cross or whatever. And I don't like anybody interfering with like my shit.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
And I think that's where it comes from. It's like that deep, like,
yes.
No, like I don't share. I don't do conflict. I don't have the, like, I do my shit and you stay out of my way.
Yeah. I think that is an only child thing too, because as an only child, you're in complete control of all your stuff. Like, you have so much more in your control because you don't have to share with anybody.
Right. You're not waiting for like, and it's like also if your parents are moving faster than you in most of your life, even if it's just getting ready in walking because they're bigger than you for a lot of times. So it's like you're used to being like, let's go quickly.
Right. Yeah.
And not like, let's wait around.
Totally. Yeah. That makes so much sense.
And the opposite of that, not being an only child, I had an abusive stepfather. I never wanted to get home. So I would just take very slow to get there.
Right.
Okay.
You know,
and that's why you're always like, hey, can we hang out? No, can you come over? Because he can't hit me.
He can't hit me in front of you.
Yeah, that's why Greg's always inviting you over his house. Because he can't get me then. He can't hit me in front of you.
I used to say to my friends, what? Then my stepfather would be like, yes, I can. And then he'd hit the neighbor.
Right.
You don't give a fuck. Town cop. Can't arrest him.
Wait, he really did that?
No.
Oh.
Damn.
I know. Well, one time, though, Emil was trying to get, my friend Emil was trying to grab some food for dinner, first time ever, and George forked his hand. Not like blood, but went, he goes, we say grace first.
Ooh.
And then Emil was like,
man, those houses always scared me because that was not.
Here's the thing.
I would, even if that was proposed, I'm like, but why?
With grace?
Yeah.
Also, punishment not fitting the crime.
No,
no.
absolutely.
Forked his hand over
Forked a
grace.
hand over
Also,
moving,
forked his hands
reaching
over-
for something.
Right.
He's a
It's like,
kid.
That's on the table.
Right. You're like, Emil tried to finger my wife.
Yeah.
That's a fork.
That's
Yeah.
a fork
Yeah.
to the hand.
First time eating over my house, he's a child. There are many reasons.
First time over.
First time eating dinner
Did he
over.
ever come back?
Every day.
Wow.
But we didn't eat dinner.
That is.
We all hid from George.
Yeah. Well.
Did you guys have an area in your house? Because we would have to stay in the basement because George would go, he would make us go in the basement, but he would go, I would sit in the couch and then George would go, oh, that's the dog sits there. And I would sit on the floor.
Yeah.
That's weird, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
I'm
not good.
learning now.
Yeah.
I'm learning now that some of the shit I grew up with was a little fucked up.
Yeah.
And crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
That's what sucks is when you learn, because the fun, crazy stuff, you're like, oh, this is what makes me me.
Yeah.
I love talking about it. I
Discovered
found the
a
humor
bunch
in
of
it.
that as I get older. I'm like, oh, that wasn't happening at everybody's house. That's okay. Well, that tracks for a lot of stuff I'm up to.
Yeah. And then
Right.
once you get done with all of those, then you're on to the ones that like, oh, no, these are the ones that crippled me.
Yeah.
And man, yeah, it's tough.
Well, I've been reading these comments. I know I talk about this a lot. Sorry, but I've been reading these comments about how like people are like, you got to hit your kid. And I'm always like,
What area of the
Where-
internet
yeah.
are you on
Just
where they're
go
pro
anywhere
hitting your
else.
kid?
no, see, you guys aren't in. Your algorithm isn't for parenting.
Yeah. Correct.
Oh, okay.
All of these parenting things I'm getting for gentle parenting,
There's like
the negative people are
conflicting information.
Yeah,
There's
it's
two
like-
sides to this argument.
y'all a bunch of word I can't say because it's not the 80s anymore. Better hit your kid, right?
Couldn't say it then. Just to be clear, shouldn't have said it then. It's not like it was okay. It wasn't okay then.
It was, but the
No.
people who had a problem with it, we were not listening to.
Yeah.
See, there's a difference. Now we're listening.
Yeah.
And
But to
now
be
we're
clear,
knowing it's hurting
never okay.
feelings. Which word are you thinking, though? 'Cause I'm thinking
Whatever
about
word you're thinking of is the word up. Like it's all of them.
Which
if there's
word
something you can't
are
say
you
now,
thinking? You know the word she's thinking.
Are you thinking N-word?
yeah.
No.
Okay. F.
Fun?
Why did you try to dig yourself out of this?
Yeah. I don't know
no.
where. Whatever.
Yes, yes. J's. G was spelled with a G.A.Y. These don't be a gay.
Oh.
They're called gays. Or something like that.
Oh.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. But they're
All
telling
right.
me, let me just get back
Yeah,
to my
all
point
right,
here. I'm
let's-
sorry. And I'll say what I want to say on this
rolling.
podcast. Because I don't care about minorities.
That's why
I
you whispered
don't-
it.
I don't care about majorities. I care about me.
The only M I
The 3
care
M.
about
Yeah.
is
Of the 3
me.
M's.
Me, baby. Me, myself,
Me, myself, and money.
and this margarita. Me, myself, and this
Me-
margarita.
Me, myself,
That
and
might be the
yeah,
shirt.
Man,
Yeah.
that's
Me, myself, and
That's the shirt.
me, myself, and my margarita.
care about one thing: me, myself, and this margarita.
I would wear that shirt.
Yeah, that's actually
It is a
fun
great shirt. So can I get back on track?
Yeah,
We'll see.
You
we
gotta tell me.
don't know.
Tell
Yeah.
me what I was saying.
I'm not
they hit, okay.
Yeah.
Don't hit your kids, right?
Yes.
But I'm like, part of me goes like, should you hit them sometimes? Like, I'm like, okay, but like, and I'm going on the path where I go,
Right.
hit my kids. But I go, but I'm like, I don't know when to hit my kid because my stepdad would hit us when he was angry.
Right.
And I don't think parenting when you're angry is good.
Right.
So if I was going to use hitting, I have to do it non-angry. And I don't know how to do. I go, okay, Calvin. Well, now I must hit you. Yeah, like I don't know how you
You're
hit a
karate
kid.
chopping him?
Yeah, kung fu him. He's Asian, so I like your culture.
Well, I think if you set it up like a duel.
Just kidding. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very
Oh
formal.
yeah, everybody paces.
Yes. Come home. Yes.
yeah.
6 p.m. When the
dusk.
You'll meet me on the highest hill in town, and you'll get your licks, and I will get mine as well. For this is a duel, Calvin.
This is going to hurt
We should
me.
bring back duels.
Yeah.
I think so.
You know, not shooting, but just like some kind of like we're all starting from the same place in this fight.
Yeah. Here's what I think, and like
Maybe this is a
'cause
town charter thing.
I think this is a
Talktown duels. Are we bringing back duels? Let's bring it to court.
And I'd say this for it.
All right.
Because in hockey or soccer, I don't know. Actually, it's in hockey. It doesn't matter. Soccer, they play 90 minutes. And then they do 2 overtimes. And if the game, because that's such a long amount of time.
Yeah.
And if the game can't be decided, after
Shootouts.
over an hour and a half, if you're 2 hours, you go, these teams, there's no better. We need to start them on a whole new game.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what. So if
Yes.
you're in a debate or you're arguing with someone and like it just can't be hashed, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
This way, you go to a duel.
Yes.
Why not love first person who comes? Or if someone doesn't
You
come.
make them
yeah.
fuck.
Yeah. Fucking is better than killing
Talktown
each
is
other.
Hey, man.
a pretty special place.
Yeah.
An
You
erotic
agree?
duel.
An erotic
We
An
call it an
erotic
erotic duel.
Yes.
An erotic duel.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
It's
just
a
two
race
men
to
and you
finish.
First one
first got to come,
loses.
the law passes. And it's like, you know, gay, it's like we'd have gay marriage
Right.
immediately. And then, you know, it's like, abortion rights. We're not allow abortions here.
Yeah.
Well, because Jerry is a straight man and the
Are
congressman
only
was a gay
men
man.
dueling?
No women are allowed into Talktown.
All right.
At all. But if you say no, I'll say we can let them.
See you guys outside? I don't know. Can I come?
Well, you're a founder. Founders never listen
I'm
to the
going to
rules.
say this. Women are allowed in Talktown.
Okay,
Everyone's
then-
allowed in Talktown.
Yeah, I thought that was a given. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
sweet.
Hey,
It's
we
just you have
didn't
to
make
obey
that note clear.
You have to obey the rules of Talktown. The
Okay.
hats, the spray bottles, the duels.
So
Much like
women
the
are allowed.
murderer would say, there were no signs saying I couldn't kill my wife
Right.
over town.
yeah.
I'm saying that we need to make sure we go over everything.
Okay.
And we did not go over women being allowed, but now that we did, all in favor?
Yes.
Aye.
See, I also voted. So we should make sure everything, we cover all
I
of
do
it.
like that we're an odd number so that there is real voting contention among the founders.
Yeah, there's the
like
Supreme Court.
there is a majority.
And that's where I bring in Gay Court, which is Greg, Allison, Greg, Allison, and Anthony. Gay Court. Anthony. Wait,
Oh, G.A.Y. Okay, so you're putting the Y in front of Anthony's name so it could be an acronym.
yes.
I understand.
Gay
He's
Court.
trying to force Gay Court,
Court.
to be the title. Most people will go, well, we'll pick something else.
Yes.
No, Gay
unfortunately.
Court is so fun.
Yeah. Okay.
Gay Court is a show you'd watch.
Yeah, that is.
For sure.
What do you, okay.
But then you find out it's not all gay people. You go, it's just Greg, Allison, and Anthony, and you go, I don't want to watch this.
Gay Court is funny if it's just a bunch of bros. And they're just deciding if what they're doing is, and they're like, I don't know. I don't think it's gay, bro. I think it's all right.
Pink shoes? The brothers be doing it.
What? Greg,
That's how they talk.
that is how
Don't
your
hate my
dad
characters.
talks.
I am not afraid of talking a little edgy. We know
Clearly.
what I meant. Do black people in that time not say brother? They do. Accept reality. It's funny and I approve. We're all so scared. What are we scared of? Things are things. Things aren't hate. That's not hate. There's no anger. You don't get me. They get me. That's exactly what my dad said, by the way. Let me tell you the story. Sorry.
Please.
We're at a club, comedy club.
I was like, tell me more.
Waiter walks in,
Greg and Dad.
brings my dad food. My dad goes, "Thanks, my brother," and he gives him a 5. And I said, "Dad, you can't do that." He goes, "No, you don't get me. He gets me." And I went, "Sir," and he went, "Yeah, that's great." Like, and I'm like, "But he is being paid right now." And he was like, "Nah, man," because he was like a friend. I know this guy well.
Sure.
But I was like, "No, man, you can't just say my brother to black people." And he was like, "Why?" And I went, "I don't know. I don't know why you can't.
Well, I think also, Joe.
Why can't you?"
Well, someone your dad's age, they're older, so I think they go, "What do I care?" Also,
Yeah.
no one's saying
There aren't
that.
stakes for them in the way that there are stakes for us.
Yeah.
There are no stakes for me. I'm broke. I'm drowning. I'll be dead in 20 years. There are no stakes. I think 10. It's like I lose this weight. If I could kick the bread. Look, I don't know how I feel about what I'm saying, but I think there's something to it. I think we've gotten...
That is like the underlying foundation of like all podcasts. I don't know what I'm saying, but I do think there's something to it.
I don't know what I'm saying, but I have nothing else to say, so I'll say it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is a lot of it. Anyway, we got on track. This all started because of Gay Court.
Gay Court.
Yeah.
So walk us through Gay Court.
Yeah, what
Gay
is
Court
Gay
is simple.
Okay.
We just bring something, like you brought something. You said women are allowed in Talktown. We bring it to Gay Court.
Okay.
Right? And then we vote. Okay. And then
Okay,
the vote,
is that it?
we put in our charter.
All
So
right,
in
women
our
are
charter
allowed
is
in. We
women
all
are
vote
allowed
today.
in.
Okay, that was so first
right.
order of Gay Court, women are allowed.
Women
to
are
talk
allowed.
to-
All right.
Okay.
If someone raises their hand, they could get next. Because I don't want to cut you off. So if you're
Okay.
going and I go, oh, I got something, or is that going to throw you off?
You can interrupt us. It's fine.
Yeah,
This
that's okay.
isn't linear.
I like letting you finish. And like
That's part of
what I said to
duels.
my wife. You know, she says, I never come. And I go, I like letting you finish. Now go in the other
There you go.
room. I'm going to finish watching Andor.
You're such a gentleman.
Yeah. I record every time she comes. And I play it back to her. And I go, see?
So as it's happening, you go, is it? Hold on, let me get my. And then
You're like, let me get room tone.
Right. That's funny. I got nothing.
Quiet for room tone, then you can go.
So is there anything you had for Gay Court? Is there
Yeah.
anything that you were like, this should be?
Or
brought?
you were just like, we're the court, and that's as far as you got.
No, I had some things, but I thought what you did was perfect. And I think I just want to put that into we could call things to Gay Court when we have questions. That's
All
just
right.
something we're going to grab for. And you were going to also move to a new topic that I was excited to hear about.
Well, I am kind of curious how we're going to handle being online. Not online digitally, but like waiting on lines in Talktown. Are we going to have rules for how lines work? Here's where it's coming from. I went to the pool the other day. They have to do a lot of checking your bags and making sure you have to have a lock. You can't have certain things in your bag. They have to tell you that everything stays in a locker. I know those rules. I'm an individual going through at mock speed.
Can I say this too? Not to. Has there been an incident at the pool that I'm unaware of? That's like a
No.
famous incident.
Yeah, I know.
That
This is
all
a great point.
They have
public
so
pools.
many rules. It's
Astoria Pool is a prison.
It's because the city runs it, and they're like, we're not going to deal with anything.
They check your teeth at the Astoria
yeah,
Pool.
it's
They're like 2 crowns. You can't come
get
back.
out of
Holy
here. Those
cow.
are
It'll
weapons.
mess with the chlorine. They always say that. Oh, sorry.
No
yeah, I don't
phones
know.
allowed.
No phones allowed on deck. There's a lot of rules, but a family of 4 people checking through a stroll, like TSA, similar vibe. Like
Sure.
I'm active.
But I get that because there have been major
There's
events.
been a
Oh, no,
9/11.
There's
I don't-
been a
no,
9/11.
I don't
There
get-
hasn't
Never been a
been a
pool
pool.
11.
Damn
I
it,
don't
Craig.
Cheers.
I don't get the rules at the pool, but they exist. And I'm just saying as an example
Of
to
course.
bring to Talktown that
Totally.
I'm thinking about lines.
Of
We
course.
don't have to have
Yeah.
the same rules at our pools.
I'll say this, Talktown pools, you're allowed to bring stilts because that's a thing they don't let you do. I get so mad. They're like, why do you want stinks? I go, I'm not 12 feet tall, and that's a 12-foot pool.
And if I fall, I'm falling into the water.
Right.
You know
I
what
can
I mean?
work on
Oh,
my
yeah, so if
surfing.
you're on the deck.
Yeah.
But I was more talking
Oh, I was talking in the water.
in
Yeah,
the
that's what he's
water,
saying.
Oh,
so
right.
it looks like I'm walking on water.
Oh, right.
Okay. Yeah, it's weird they don't let you do that.
There's a lot of reasons they don't let you bring
I
stilts.
do like you at the town hall meeting go, and I don't want to say the obvious here, but I'll say it just for the sake of.
Stilts are allowed in the pool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
still. All right.
Yeah,
Hey, we got that. I didn't think that was going to pass.
Passes Gay
Just
Court.
a great town.
I want the pool to be as fun as possible, but I
Right.
want the lines around town to have. I think we should have express lines if you're an expert in the line process.
Let me throw this at you. Yes, expert line, amateur line.
Yes.
But if you try to get on the expert line and you're an
And you're not,
amateur,
no more lines for you. You can't go in.
you're banning them for life?
Well, where
No
were you
more
going?
lines?
Where were you going?
Well, let's say it's the pool. You gotta go.
Yeah.
Okay, you gotta go all the way to the back of the original thing, or do you go? You're banned from expert line for.
You're
3
banned
months.
from expert line even if you become an expert in expert line.
Okay,
How? Okay, so I say maybe this is
expert line is great, by the way.
I think expert line is great. I'm
Expert
saying
line.
this: you have a sort of a punch card.
Yeah.
And every time you go through the line, they punch your card.
Mm-hmm.
So then if you get to the front of the line, say you're going in the expert line as a newbie, and they look at your punch card and go, you don't meet the requirements,
Yeah.
then
Right.
you have to go in the other. I'm just trying to think about how we regulate
because
between the
everybody's going to
expert
be
line.
like,
Exactly.
I'm an expert.
Of course.
Sure, a punch card for every single thing you do is exciting. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because then you could also know how long you've been doing things. You know, it's
Yeah.
like, fuck, I
Our
went to
wallets are
Starbucks.
going to be huge.
Yeah.
Oh, you're saying in general.
Because you need a punch card
cards
for, the
for
pool.
everything.
It's one credit card that you swipe, and it's universally used. So it's your
okay.
punch card for Starbucks, the pool, everything.
But they can see like where you're at on like, you've been to the pool 4 times. We've got a 7-time rule for like, you got to know, we have
7.
some rules.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're back of the line. But you hit 7 right this way, you
Right.
now have the express pass.
Totally.
Yes.
And it's
Yeah.
like, and it's that's like a machine, could be a person. You know, we
It's a giant
talk about
robot,
that.
so people get scared to not cut the expert line. You got a giant robot there with a flamethrower. Fucking dude.
Oh, the flamethrower.
This
This is what we want at our public pool, Greg.
Oh, he's in everything.
This is how we're trying to solve the problem
you're
of
bringing-
making the pools more friendly.
You're bringing
It's a
stilts
giant-
through the pool. There's a giant robot flamethrower to check you in, and you're like, "This is better."
Yeah, man. I gotta say, man, if you can get by RoboCop in the beginning,
trying to cut the
that
line.
pool is a great time. Bring your stilts,
Have
doesn't
so
matter.
much fun, but you might die in a fiery
This thing has got
inferno.
a hair trigger flamethrower attached to it.
If you're 6 out
a
of
giant
7 times, he'll cook
guillotine
you,
mouth.
brother. He will cook you.
So, all right. So we got
Yeah.
this giant. We got this 12-foot tall robot
Yeah.
with an active flamethrower.
Can it be the
by
Home
his
Depot
side.
skeleton?
Well, I had a
yeah.
plan. The Home Depot
okay,
skeleton is fun.
No,
but I was thinking of a machine that looks almost like a car and has one glass window, and it's a human head. So you go, man, this thing was a human at one point. This is fucking horrifying.
This is the entrance to the pool. By the way,
Yeah,
this is for your fun
But this is
afternoon with your
also
children.
for everywhere because we need punch cards everywhere. So like at Starbucks,
Yeah.
at the
You're always
That's what
confronted
happened to Rick.
with this existential dilemma. You just want to get a latte, and,
and
all
it's
of a
like,
sudden you have to deal
was
with
that
this.
giant killing machine once a human like me?
Wow.
And is it gonna kill me? And am I gonna become that? I'll have an iced Americano.
Well, a human head. You look at the human head and you go, "Are you alive in there?" And it goes, "Well, it was this or hell." And I chose the punch card thing because the options were to die and burn in hell because he knew the life he lived,
Okay.
or stay stagnant as a robot machine that checks punch cards for until machine time is out. That's a better life than hell. He deserves hell
So
for
this
what
is
he did.
We're saying we're doing with our criminals, like our criminals
Yeah.
without redemption. This is what you're saying we do instead
Hmm.
of jails. It's execution, but we're keeping their heads intact
Well, here's
so
the
that
thing.
they
In
can.
a giant robot that looks like a car with a window,
Right.
and they have a flamethrower, and they're telling you if you can get in or out of different fun public businesses and services.
Anything that
Yes.
needs a line. Anything that needs
Anything
a line.
that needs a line. Okay.
Hang on, this is my mom's boss. I got to take
Oh,
this.
yeah.
This is a crazy sentence. I understand.
This is your mom's boss.
Oh. What?
Do we keep
No, don't
talking?
need to
We could
keep
just
talking.
pause. Do we have the technology to pause? Is your mom's boss is also calling to complain the way your mom complains?
No. She's calling. She's always calling with questions and or information about my mom. I was only just because my mom had recently fallen,
Right.
and she's sort of been getting her bearings. Like I've taken phone calls from her boss before at
Okay.
like 7 a.m. Just when she worries more. She's like if my mom doesn't answer her phone,
Sure.
like she'll freak out. So that's why I was like, I wonder. I think she just has a couple questions, probably about doctor's appointments or medication.
Sure.
Can I throw this in? And I don't want to
Please.
if we can get back to the line machine, but I just
Yeah.
want to throw this quick invention because I was throw this before, but I forgot.
Yeah.
For your
Invention
mother,
Hall.
it's an invention.
Let's go to Invention Hall really quick.
Invention Hall.
We're in Invention Hall.
Which one?
There's no line to get in, thank God.
Yeah. Invention Hall. It's a belt.
Uh-huh.
Think of a spinning belt, like with like things, and on. And I'd
Wait,
say,
hold on.
okay. It's a belt with
Spinning
That
belt.
is
Walk
really
me through a
funny.
spinning belt.
think of ball bearings, like so it would have it in and it could spin around you, right? So you can have it. You could just spin. Anyway, just hold on, and you'll hear why. That's very minor, and when you understand the whole
That's
idea,
minor?
you'll see.
Physics?
The idea is it's a metal belt with 100 legs that go around with sneakers.
Okay.
So if your mom
Like
falls,
human legs?
the legs will catch her.
Oh.
Yeah, so that she's
It's like,
for people
it's
who
like an
fall.
umbrella that's open and like
Yeah.
that kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so usually you have a leg to catch yourself from falling, but this
Right.
gives you 100 legs
pretty
that
good,
spin
Greg.
around.
It's kind of like a protective hula skirt.
Yes, with legs, so you don't fall.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is it.
All right.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't want to get too caught up on the spinning thing because it's not a big part of the many leg belt.
Yeah, it's still not clear on the spinning, but it seems inconsequential.
It's inconsequential. It'd just be fun to spin it like a Wheel of Fortune and then get all the legs flapping around.
Oh, also for it to be a weapon.
Yeah, many kicks.
100 feet kicking with sneakers on.
Is it like a parachute where you pull a ripcord?
No, they're
or
always just legs always flopping around.
It's
the
just,
legs are always there.
They're always there.
The legs are always.
so we're all just, everybody's walking around with.
No, old people and people who can't walk too well.
After you reach a certain age, or
Or if
if you
had
meet the
an
requirements, we provide
many
the
times.
spinning belt.
Yeah. Or when you start to fall, a thing opens, like shoots out. Like
Of your head, just
like-
for those that
or
are
like a
listening.
backpack,
Greg's
maybe, I guess.
pointing to his head.
Well, it's a hat. It's like a hat type thing. And it explodes a helium balloon, so it lifts you. Like Batman, remember how Batman got rescued in Dark Knight? He had that backpack and
Yes.
a balloon and it caught him. That, so you don't fall, the balloon, and then it just kind of lifts you back
Pulls
on your
you up.
legs. Yeah, but it's got to be just enough helium.
It's like being a marionette.
Yes. But you need just enough helium to keep you just on your feet and not float you away.
Right,
Or
it's not a weather balloon.
Yeah, or not a little bit that you fall and hit yourself.
Of course. Well, that's why we probably have always someone watching the skies in Talktown.
Oh, yeah.
Someone's
Just
job
these-
is just managing the skies.
We do have a sky manager.
Yeah.
Because there are in Talktown, you're going to see a lot of floating elderly.
It could be one of those robots that does the lines.
Oh, yeah. Let's make sure it's not the one with the flamethrower.
They all have flamethrowers, man. Because they're killers. So they're like, we don't want you, but if you gotta flame someone up, cook them up.
So getting back to the line idea.
Yeah.
So they're standing in front. So you swipe your card, and if your card turns blue, that go, yep, you're an expert, you get in.
Yeah,
if
so-
not, whatever.
And moving forward, you get to use this line.
This is
Right.
great. This is a great idea.
It's just like, I think like we should do it with TSA in America and the world. Like we
We
should,
kind of do. Pre-check.
but there
Yeah,
are
but-
people that hop into pre-check and like they may have paid for it, but they don't know what they're doing.
No, they suck.
And they're
their first time.
slow and they're like, do I take the shoes off and do it?
Right.
Like, it's like,
Right.
and my laptop is it like, it's like, you gotta know the rules. And now the
Totally.
rules are different at almost every
Yes.
airport.
Yes.
But I do feel like we need another. I feel like clear is the closest thing we have to that because those people are like, I'm putting cash on the table,
Yeah.
a lot of it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
or more of it, to get through faster. I gave my phone my face. We're moving.
Right.
We need more efficiency and more like proof of expertise.
Yeah.
Which I really want at the pool because I'm like, I'm going in. I got my book, my towel. I didn't even bring my phone.
Totally.
Right.
Right.
And especially the pool too, just because you have to bring in so many things. So if you're new, like I remember the first time I didn't know I had to bring a lock, proof of bathing suit with
Oh, yeah.
netting.
This is weird to me.
Yeah.
They do
Oh.
this.
Yeah.
They make you show the netting.
They make you show the
I've
netting.
never been.
No.
And I'm like,
I haven't
it's
seen that.
It's Queens.
Right.
People are in jeans. Are
Yeah.
you nuts?
Yeah.
Somebody's coming in their work pants.
Right.
Finished a shift, just getting in the pool.
yeah, man. So yeah, this is the other. How long with Clear do you think they're going to stick with those shirts?
The blue
Oh,
shirts?
great question.
Those
Explain the
like-
shirts to those who don't fly off.
for sure.
Yeah.
Those like blue tablecloth plaid shirts.
Yeah.
I've never seen them.
Really?
I've seen clear people all the time. I don't recognize them.
Hallmark of Clear.
Yeah.
Really?
That's when
Yeah.
you know you've got clear in the near.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I thought
Probably not much longer because the whole flying in general is pretty unstable right now.
Yeah.
The entire process from top to bottom feels like it's a disaster. So I feel like we're a couple years away from just sweeping change.
Yeah,
Right.
it does seem that it is weird how they've just sort of like they've been like, well, here's what we're doing. Wheels are falling off, doors are falling,
Yeah.
like we're just gonna see how far we can push you guys until you guys just stop flying.
Yeah.
Can I tell you something? And this is just,
Yeah.
I have no evidence. I couldn't
Oh.
tell you what it was.
Perfect.
But I promise you this happened. When in beginning of Trump's thing, he passed a law about pilots, about flying, about airlines. And it was something about like less regulation or something with money. And I went, this is going to be a problem, but we're not going to see it for a few years. And now shit's happening.
I believe you.
And I'm like, fuck, but I don't know what it is that he passed. And I don't have the energy or wherewithal to even Google it. But it's a
It doesn't
thing.
matter because you can't change it.
But also, I knew because I hate flying, so I heard it.
Right.
So
So
I
you're
went,
on the floor.
And you
Yeah.
were
yeah.
like, this is a
I am-
problem.
I'm keyed into this shit.
yes,
Right,
and I just
right.
don't know what it was.
It's crazy to be so bad you ruin planes.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not just like the big ones, the economy's tanking,
No.
war, this or that. Or
No.
just like it's just domestic
Air
travel
travel.
hasn't been the same.
right. Follow me on this. It's crazy. Just try to follow me on this.
We'll see.
It would just be insane. Like it's crazy that no one's tried to shoot him yet. Do you see the bit?
Perfect endpoint.
I don't think you see the bit.
Outstanding.
No, see, all right. The bit is we pretend that we record this episode before it happened, and now we're people who are calling that he'll get shot. Edit all that out. You know what I'm saying? That's a pretty good.
This doesn't make the cut.
If
You mean we're
Because this
suggesting?
also won't come out for, I assume, a while.
Yeah, probably like another month.
no, a week. We got 3 or 4 episodes in the bank.
Yeah, I know, but we still have a lot to do before they come out.
We got to
You
figure
got a
out
lot
the
to do.
song. We got to figure out
We
art.
got the
We gotta
song.
figure.
Oh, don't get him going on
Are you
this.
crazy? We got the song.
I'm not saying we don't have it, but it's like we got to put that in. We got to like figure out how we introduce. Like we got to
Yeah,
have
we
some
gotta-
credits. We got to like we got shit to figure out.
Yeah.
All right. Have it all done by this afternoon. This thing's coming out tomorrow morning. Rain or shine. All right, that's fine.
All right, so I think that's one.
Are you done with that episode?
I think didn't Alex say that was an hour? Oh, really?
Oh.
No, who the hell are you listening to? He didn't even move. That guy's been asleep
How
the whole
long was
time.
I swore I saw Alex like put up a finger or something.
No. 45 minutes.
Oh.
We got a
Over
little
15
time.
overtime.
I didn't know. I was a
This guy wants to
misunderstanding.
get out of here.
Do we want?
I don't want to get out of here. I know we're doing 2.
Should we do the game
pacing
segments where
myself.
we talk about the segments that Greg put into our Google Doc, and then ask, kind of just go through them so that everybody sees the kind of how the sausage gets made over here in Talktown?
Yeah.
Bag of thoughts.
Bag of
Bits
thoughts.
of ideas we're tinkering with.
Yeah.
Anthony's ideas are so, like, you could tell he just go, I don't know, bag of thoughts. I got to show something.
This coming from the guy that wrote down. We put a movie on Amazon. You want to critique? At least I have
that
2
was-
sentences. You go. We make a movie to put on Amazon, and you're complaining about bag of thoughts.
I call that kindling. That's kindling to get your guys' fire started. This bag of thoughts is your whole thing. I like to put ideas that inspire. Movie on Amazon.
Like Gay Court, where we just change Anthony's name. That was the whole premise.
Sit here and
is
tell me-
Anthony is now Yanthony.
Maybe I remind you of Cash is King.
Cash is king.
Sit here
we
and
give
tell
people
me-
money, kind of, maybe.
Sit here and tell me the gay court wasn't a success.
I mean, it was a success. I
rest my case in gay court.
Well, Gay Court was a success. I'm not taking on that.
But
let's
let's look at the batting average of successes here with your segments.
I'd say 10.
I'm just saying, how you dare you come at me
What?
knowing with what
She's
you got?
always on your side. Always. When have you taken my side?
I've taken your side plenty of time. I just said Gay Court was a success.
Yeah,
Okay,
maybe
okay,
she's
okay,
on my
okay.
side because I'm right about this.
Yeah, I'm on the side of truth.
Could that just be the case?
I
Greg?
think my thoughts have been a success.
I'm not saying they weren't. I'm just saying don't come for my ideas that are parallel to your ideas.
Yeah.
Okay. I won't. But it is more fun to make fun of you than not.
I know. Here
So-
we are with a minute and a half of content down.
I'll
Yeah.
say nothing. I'll just say,
No,
just
don't do
go
this.
die.
Oh, God. So, God. That's a fun character for you to be on the podcast. Your actual mother.
Yeah. Well, then I guess I'll just go throw myself into a river of sharks.
We should do that for an episode.
What?
We all play our mothers.
Yeah,
my
that's
God.
fun.
Hope you guys are ready to have somebody be very mean to you.
Right.
Because my mom is brutal.
Really?
Yeah, she's
To
mean.
you?
She's mean.
Oh,
She
I-
doesn't mean to be. She's not cruel, but she's just like withering. Like, oh, that's what you wanted to wear?
Ooh.
really?
Look at that.
Yeah.
Ooh, brutal.
That's
brutal.
brutal.
How do you?
I love you, Mom, but it's tough.
Yeah.
Did I tell you what my mom did the other day?
I don't think
I
so.
may have done it last week. This was fun. I think I told Anthony because I tell him everything.
I'm assuming that you've told Anthony everything that's ever happened to you.
My son doesn't talk that much. He's quiet. He sits and he absorbs, right? He absorbs.
A lot of interior stuff.
So my mom goes, he likes to just sit and absorb. You do the same thing. My only worry is when you would sit,
Face and pause.
Yeah. Wow. Man.
when you would sit and absorb, you would be writing yourself a different story than what was reality. So, and you'd never talk to anyone. So you just believed these crazy things were happening in your life that were never actually happening. That was my mom. My mom's way of saying, your childhood was great, but you didn't. She threw this
Brutal.
gaslight me in the fucking fourth quarter. And I look at Tita and I was like, "Did you hear that shit?" She was like, "I heard that shit." I was like, "That's crazy." She doesn't realize I'm an adult now. And I can
Right.
see
Yeah, I
these
I
things.
understand reality and like have processed events
But
in
I
a
mean,
way like with context.
I'm saying
Right.
like I know what you're doing. That didn't just slide by me.
Yeah.
Like she was trying to like get one in. I go, "No, I understand. That was a wild move."
Right. You're like, I'm not 7 anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
You can't just tell me the world is one way and I'll just be like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
Like,
guess you're right.
I understand enough to know whether that's true or not.
Guess George didn't hit us. But I have a brother and sister that also could corroborate.
Yeah, that's
You know,
tough.
it's like weird.
That's tough to try to pull that.
Mass
Yeah.
hysteria. That's my mom. Mass hysteria. You all imagined things.
She would say mass
No,
hysteria.
I made that part up. That's what her next movie is.
Oh,
Yeah.
That is nice that you have that to corroborate.
Because
No,
we don't have
no.
that.
Yeah, we
if
don't.
my mom was like, that's not how it was, it's me being like, yes, it was.
Yes.
And then that's just kind of like, now we need to duel
You
because like we're at a stalemate. Like it's just like us
Yeah.
just each. There's no one to
Wow.
be like, no, actually this is what was happening.
Yep.
It's just kind of like
You have no witnesses.
there's no witnesses.
Wow, that's fucked
It's like an
up.
HBO
Yeah.
That will make you
crime show.
stronger?
There's no witnesses.
Yeah.
And there's a mystery to get to the bottom of.
That'll
Yeah.
make you stronger or destroy you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I
well,
think
yeah.
I think it does a bit of both. For the fun stuff, it makes you stronger because
Yes.
you're like, oh, I'm able to talk about it with levity. But then for the stuff that you're alone for, you're alone.
You are
Right.
alone.
And I mean, fortunate enough, I didn't get too much of that. But there were, there are those fun moments that you also go, I just hate that I saw this alone. Because it's like when you watch a comedy by yourself.
Yes.
And you're like, man, it would have been awesome to have someone right next to me. Like not every morning, but it's like 2 days out of the week, I would see my grandmother naked before she drove me to
Yes.
school. And it was like,
Tough.
that would just be for an audience of one. And that's
Yeah.
not a show for an audience
Right.
of one.
Right.
That's a
No.
that's
a show for no one or many.
exactly. Not just
Porn.
Yeah.
It's now porn.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. We're not just like one kid who's just eating his waffles.
Yeah.
And that's a part of the morning.
Was she in a room? Like, she just coming in the kitchen?
No, she would shower. So her bedroom and our bathroom, there was just a couple doors down, small hallway to get
so
through.
just like quick little.
quick
skip
little
over.
jaunt.
Yeah.
So she would shower, sometimes forget her bath towel. So then she would run
Yes.
from the bathroom to the bedroom.
Got it.
Can I throw this out there?
Please.
As a parent now,
Yeah.
let me say this, that, I'm naked around, in defense of your grandmother.
Yeah.
I'm naked around my kid a lot, and you don't know what age to stop that in until 30 years later. You don't know until some shit is developed and you go, oh, yeah, maybe I should have cut that off 6 months earlier.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. It's one of those things where it's like you won't know until it's like it was like early days of COVID where it
Yeah.
was like it takes 2 weeks, so I won't know if this was dangerous or not until 2 weeks from now.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Now we're
Yeah.
like, everybody can get sick and die.
Yeah.
Well, I'm naked. My cat sees me naked a lot, and he's a boy,
Nice.
and I'm a little.
You get all horned up?
No, he's fixed.
Yeah.
But it's just like sometimes I'm getting dressed, and he's like standing there looking at me, and I'm like, "What is this?
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
what? Is this wrong?"
Also, you go. Well, I assume I assume you're not going to grow up to be a cat that has weird stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
Cats are cats.
Right.
Well,
But you
cats
wonder.
think we're big cats,
Right.
so I'm a little like,
They think that?
yeah,
That's-
cats. That's the current science is that cats think that humans are just big cats, and
I
they
am a big
they
cat.
think me too. Meow meow.
The big cat.
Yeah, you are the big cat. But they think
Yeah.
when we leave the house, they think we're going to hunt. So they expect you to come home with something, and when you don't, they're like,
They're sad?
"Why didn't you bring anything home?" And they feel bad for you. That's like a real thing.
Wow.
So
Do you
like,
bring him a cat home and everything?
I try and I buy him food sometimes.
Yeah, but you don't maybe come home with like a mouse.
A
in your
mouse in my mouth.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
What
yeah.
you got to do
or
is
some dead leaves at least.
Right.
you should just keep a bunch of dead mice outside your door.
Yeah.
And then when you walk
I don't know
in,
if my building would love
you
that,
know.
but
We tell
I
them,
feel
like,
like
it's for the
Riz would be
cat.
really into it. And at the end of the day, isn't it all about him?
It is.
I wonder how we could get cats to talk like us.
I don't
And I
think we're that
wonder
far
if
away.
there's I wonder if the secret is in there.
Well, they make so many noises, which maybe in our next episode we can do another round of tell me what Riz is
definitely.
saying.
Yeah.
Or if we have time now, a quick round.
Uh,
Quick round to
I
close
say
out,
save
or
it.
we got?
I say
we'll
save
save it.
it.
We'll save it. We
Yeah.
need more stuff for.
I
Yeah.
also want to throw this out there. What if though there was like a cat therapy and they were like we were fucking them all up mentally? You
That's
know?
what I-
it's
Well,
like
yeah, it's
what
like
if
how
they
do
were
we? I
like,
don't know if like the stuff I'm up to is causing severe
Right.
I don't think he has like thoughts.
Then why wouldn't we? Why would we care?
Right.
We should care.
Well, I think it'd be just nice to have company.
Yeah.
It'd be nice too, because single people, single, but like, single people would be like, there's not I haven't met a good person. If we can open up the field even more,
Right.
There
you just
go.
increase your odds.
It's companionship.
Right, exactly.
The original idea, actually, for Gay Court was what I'm about to do is where I'll bring up something that we all take for granted, and you should all just go, yeah. But then we go, no. Why is it bad? Right? Why is it bad? And what I say here is, if you let your cat eat your vagina,
I'm never going to let him do that.
I know you're not going to do that because you grew up in a society that told you not to, right? If
And
it's
I'm
not-
going to continue living in that society.
And Greg, that's the number one reason.
Right. There's nothing. It's all societal norms that are forcing me to not let my cat eat me out.
If you lived on an
I
island
would
by
say
yourself,
the tongue is the scariest part. It's all like like sandpaper.
Maybe you get into it. I'm going to say this though, and I want to get into this. Right? You're on an island by yourself. A dog licks your vagina or something. I say it's bad, but if the dog likes it, is it bad? Because you're doing something the dog wants. Now, this is why this court was assembled, is to bring up hot topics like this
Thank
that
God it's an odd number.
people don't want to speak on because we take it for granted. But we should reevaluate everything in society if we are creating a true Talktown. In Talktown, why is it bad to let a dog lick your balls if you put a little peanut butter
Well,
in there?
that's why we got to get them talking.
Yeah,
So that
right.
they
I
can-
think we can't even start dealing with the sexual elements until we get verbal.
But they're going for it.
Yeah, because
The
you're
dog-
well,
tricking
you're
them.
tricking them with peanut butter.
They're not
You're-
just like, I love eating pussy.
Yeah.
You're putting things on there that they enjoy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the idea of making you come doesn't bother them like it bothers a human.
But they don't know what's happening.
They don't know. They don't care about coming.
I don't know. Do other animals
just-
come? Oh, yeah.
That's what I
Other
wish.
And also, if
come?
you know the answer to this,
That's
a
you mean not
great
just
question.
like they just release sperm for the sake of
right?
reproduction?
Not come. Yeah. Is there a pleasurable element of coming
I've
that
heard-
isn't about reproduction?
I think only dolphins are the only animals that fuck for fun, or maybe monkeys. I've read that
No, it's
somewhere.
dolphins fuck for fun. But are they? I guess there's some
It's
kind
fun.
of pleasure that's getting.
It's
there.
fun.
But are other animals like they just haven't gotten there, or is that like not part of their biology?
Right.
Like, do cats have clits? Or
That's another T-shirt, by the way.
do cats have
Do
clits?
cats have clits? That
Yeah,
might be a
it's more
book.
of a line in a court proceeding, probably.
Do cats have clits? A novel by Alison Leiby or Lady. I've
That's my
always-
follow-up book.
Yeah, that's what I was. If
Yeah,
the
they gotta
minute
talk first.
that we get,
They have to talk
I
first.
would love that the minute we get dogs, the first thing they say, they turn to camera and they go, "Really, guys, peanut butter? Really, really?"
So we're gonna take a vote on it, and I know you guys are gonna vote. Feel free, but I'll just go ahead and say this: me, I'm gonna throw the case. The proof is in the pudding, the literal pudding. I put on my dick that this dog tries to lick off. If he likes it, he likes it. It's worth it clearly to him.
I'm going to say until they can verbally consent to, yes, I know exactly what's happening and I am voluntarily entering into this relationship. I'm saying no until we could get that. If we have that,
Yeah,
world's your oyster, baby.
I disagree. I want on record, on Talktown law, that I stood against this law.
That's
And
fine.
I think
We can
the
dissent,
dogs should
but
be
Yeah.
allowed to.
All right. So
What is your vote?
All right.
my vote,
say?
my vote is
Nay.
I'm in Congress with Library.
What a
Nay.
bunch of libtard cowards. We could change a whole town here. We could have a whole new society.
That is also what I like in a town hall. The guy who doesn't get his way and
Immediately pivots. So angry.
Yeah, no, I'm
Rage.
fine. Look, all right, 2-1, but
2-1.
Yeah, this is why
I'll
the
call
Jews.
for a revote in
This
6
is why the
months.
Jews control the weather.
6 months.
6 months we can
Revote.
revisit.
All right, 6 months we
I'm
can
gonna say
revisit.
If
That's-
the science is
And
there,
I'm going to talk to some dogs. I'm going to do more research on this.
I love it.
If the
I love
science
that.
is there,
Yeah,
we'll need a scientist. I'll need to find a scientist.
you also need to find a scientist for this.
Yeah.
yeah, but not for anything
The
else.
Patreon money is going to go to weird places.
Yep. For lots of guys who got kicked out of grad school for
We
their
got-
ideas.
well, when we have guests who are on vacation here in Talktown, we'll have to track down somebody
Yeah.
who knows something about science.
We're gonna have a lot of guests that go, yeah, they won't publish it. Because it's all politics.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's who we want weighing
Yep.
in.
Okay. That's Talktown.
That's Talktown.
Great.